Hi there. So you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. You just need to visit our website right now to get the latest information and prices. What are you waiting for? Just give us a visit right now. Have a good day.
Significant. We also want to consider multiple time frames and things of that nature, but focusing on what really matters. And that, as I said, is price. It's the human emotion, because that cannot be manipulated, right? I can manipulate any kind of an indicator to give you the picture that I want you to see. I can manipulate an indicator to align with a chart to where it's giving you this idea that it works beautifully. But that's just a manipulation of information to to make you see what I want you to. You cannot manipulate price. It is what it is. There's no manipulation. I mean, yeah, you can change time frames, but you cannot manipulate the data. It is what it is. It's uptrending, it's downtrending, it's sideways, and if you can read that objectively, you don't need anything else other than a support system like you have here at Pristine, to where you can get into the grad room, you can get into coaching, and in those coaching sessions and in those grad room sessions, you're going to have the ability to have trades reviewed and recognize mistakes so that you can correct them going forward. Because look, we're all going to make mistakes. That's part of trading. They happen. But if you don't know how to correct them, and worse off yet, if you don't know what mistakes you're making, you just know you're doing something wrong, that's even worse. So having a support system in place to where you can have the help and guidance from your instructor, or even better yet, the president and CEO of the company, guiding you and coaching you, that's invaluable. And that's really, like I said, what matters is all of that together. All right. So having said all that, guys, why should you trade Forex? Why should you consider trading Forex? And before we get started, just by a show of hands, yes or no, how many of you guys do trade Forex? You tell me, yes or no. Here, I can, here, this should make it a little easier. You can just choose from one of those multiple choices. That's all. Okay, awesome. That's all you do? No, completely new. Excellent. So we've kind of got a nice little cross section here. Take this poll down in a moment. We've got some experienced Forex traders, which is awesome. Some familiar but never traded. Completely new. Awesome. All right, so good. So, these first couple slides, for those of you who have been trading Forex, is going to be somewhat of a review, but it is necessary, as I'm sure you know, that we cover these things. And for those of you who are new and looking to maybe shift gears away from equities or whatever you're doing, or maybe in addition to. All right, so just let's go through a few basic slides here as to why trading Forex, what are some of the advantages. First of all, the liquidity. I mean, it is second to none. There's nothing that even comes close. When it comes to Forex, right, to put it in perspective, let's look at a breakdown of the US stock market, the futures market, and the Forex market in terms of the daily transactions that take place. With the US stock market, it does $191 billion a day in daily transactions, which is a tremendous amount of money, but as you'll see, is minuscule when compared to Forex. Okay, so with the futures market, almost half a billion dollars, $437 billion in daily transactions. Okay, so again, extremely liquid. But when you look at the Forex market, it's $4 trillion. Actually, it's even a little more than that now, upwards of $5 trillion in daily transactions. So again, like I said, the liquidity is just second to none. No, I mean, nothing comes close. This means that you can and do get filled where you want, when you want, no matter what time of day or night it is, especially on the major pairs. You know, you get into some of the more exotic pairs and the liquidity isn't as great in those pairs, but when we're talking the majors, you know, euro US dollar, pound US dollar, Canadian dollar, etc., you're going to get filled where you want, when you want. So there's absolutely no worry as far as that goes. Now, it's also a 24-hour market. Excuse me. And you might say, well, you know what, Kurt, the futures market is also a 24-hour market. Well, that is true, but the liquidity, the volume goes down tremendously in the futures market after, say, 5:15, 5:30. You know, there's a big drop off in the volume. With Forex, it is truly a 24-hour market. I mean, things are really constantly moving, and maybe not in every single pair, but there's going to be movement somewhere because it's a 24-hour market, because it's trading based on all these different exchanges. You've got the European session, you've got the US session, the overlap between Europe and US session, you've got the Aussie session, Tokyo, etc. So there's almost an endless stream of opportunity, which means that it can accommodate traders with another job. If you don't want to sit in front of the screen all day, every day, that's fine. You can trade Forex for a couple hours, or maybe just put a trade on and walk away and just have your target and stop set and be done. And yeah, you can get some very big swings overnight. As a matter of fact, you know, something that I've been doing very successfully as well is just looking to play those swings that you get overnight from where the you know, things kind of quiet down between the Aussie section and the Tokyo session, and then pick up with the European session opening. And you can get some great opportunity. In fact, I'll show you a couple trades of exactly that a little later on in the presentation, but it works unbelievably well if you can combine the technical analysis that we use here at Pristine with you know, understanding how to utilize and take advantage of that overnight session. It can be extremely lucrative. I mean, you can get 50+ pip moves you know, before your day even really gets going, and so you can see the benefit in that. But like I said, extremely customizable to your schedule. You don't have to be sitting in front of the screen all the time. I mean,